traders, Raghee here. There's a couple of really interesting things that happened today in the indices, and I'm going to talk to you about how, as even a futures first trader, which I do consider myself to be, really what that allows us to do is keep a very simple hierarchy in mind. So as we're going through the setups and the trades from today, I put the index at the top of the hierarchy. It's the most important thing. Then I put the sectors, right? And notice again the size of the index, and the sector is a little bit smaller. And then finally, I put the stocks, and that's the bottom of this inverted pyramid, if you will, right? Index, sector, stock. I'm not always going to have the best setup at the top of the, if you will, the top tier, right? I'm not always going to have clarity there. And sometimes what we find, and this is all about relative performance, gang. Relative performance is really where watch list building becomes your secret weapon, because most traders are not using relative performance to trade, or they're looking at relative performance in a disparate group of stocks, disconnected. They're not looking at relative performance according to the weighting a stock has in either the index, a sector, or whatnot, right? When you do that, you're going to find opportunities like the ones that I'm talking about. So let's talk about what we had. First of all, the NASDAQ was a relative outperformer this morning. And we can confirm those things with price action by looking at the pieces of the whole. In other words, the NASDAQ is XLK, XLY, XLC. Let's say when we're looking at the S&P or the Dow, that's XLF, XLK, and XLV, right? So if you're familiar with the sectors, you know I'm talking about tech, communications, consumer discretionary, and financials, tech, and healthcare, right? So the sectors matter. The sectors are the cylinders of this engine that we call the index. So because of the XLF weakness, it didn't make a lot of sense to be too opportunistic or optimistic about movement higher in the S&P. But because of the strength in the XLK and the resilience there, not only is that the number one weighted sector in the NASDAQ, it was a relative outperformer. It looked better than the NAS. And my futures traders, it makes so much sense to not only confirm whether or not you want to be a buyer of the NASDAQ with XLK, but sometimes be open to buying the XLK as a proxy, as a relative outperforming proxy for the NAS. And that's exactly what we did, right? We took advantage of a dip in the XLK to the hourly price movement range, and then we played it to the upside up until, and this is really important too, up until 3:50 p.m. Eastern. So a whole 10 minutes before the close, right? 10 minutes before the close. And this, by the way, is oftentimes called the Fed candle, right? I want to get out with whatever burst of volatility we might get leading into 350. If it's down, I want to get out. If it's up, I want to take advantage of it, and I'm going to get flat. So when you're taking advantage of a let it ride day trading kind of day, like we did in the XLK as a proxy for the NASDAQ, awesome. That's the way we want to do it. The other thing that I want to mention as far as proxies go, and this is going to take us back to the Dow and the S&P. So really what I'm talking about here, gang, is if you're a futures trader, you have a distinct advantage over stock traders to understand this index sector stock hierarchy. So why not dominate not only futures, but stocks and options as well, because you're in a position to do so. XLV, not a bad look this morning. You know, it was one of the stronger pre-market looks we had. And so on the 1 hour time frame, we decided to use the daily price movement range and get long Johnson & Johnson, which I love this idea because, again, it's very much a relative outperforming proxy for not just the Dow, but the S&P as well. So we bought the 170 calls at 171.10 in J&J. So let me go back on over here. So you're saying, okay, Rog, are we going to see strength in the Dow and the S&P? Maybe not, but we're seeing a lot of outperformance in J&J. So you can see exactly what we did, 171.10 to 172.40, and we're looking for more upside as we go, right? And by buying the calls, I have the luxury of that leverage, and these are very affordable calls. And what that allows us to do is, again, think proxy, index sector stock. So yeah, I'm talking a little bit more about options on ETFs and even stocks, but realize it's all coming first and foremost from an understanding of relative performance at the index level. All right. So that's the way we want to scan the market. When you can crack the market open like this, when you can say, I'll find the relative outperformer and I'm not going to put boundaries, I'm only a futures trader, or I'm only a stock trader, or I'm only an options trader. And you say, look, why would I only want to be on the monkey bars when I'm on the playground? There's a seesaw, there's a slide, there's a swings, right? Why would I not want to play on everything? That's the way we want to approach the market. But as long as we do it in this connected way, index sector stock, these kind of trades become really straightforward, and they're still related to futures, and they're still related to those of you that want to day trade and swing trade options on the stocks and ETFs. And so if any of this was appealing, this is stuff we did today, gang. I'm not talking about things we did a month ago, a year ago. These are trades that we took today. And so next Wednesday, so just a week from today, I'm going to walk you through setups like this, right? We have dozens of them. I'm going to walk you through some of the recent setups. Recency matters, gang, right? What are we dealing with now, and what are the tactics I'm using now, not only as a day trader, but as a swing trader? Simplertrading.com. I guess I should put the .com in there, shouldn't I? .com / opportunity. Simplertrading.com / opportunity. Next, like I said, next Wednesday, 8 p.m. And look, I'm not going to keep y'all in a state of suspense, all right? This is really simple. I do not do trials for the Sector Secrets Mastery. I'm not a big fan of them because I want to be able to onboard everyone in a really effective way, which means that when we start our 1-month trial, which starts on August 3rd, right? We're going to go August 3rd to September 1st. So a real immersion with me as we wrap up summer and start going into fall. So you're going to get the layout that I use. You're going to get a number of the tools that I make available to members. You're going to get my top tier Outlook newsletter. It's everything that I can give you to give you a really immersive experience into the way that I trade for opportunities like this. By the way, gang, it's $7. I wanted to make this as affordable for everyone as possible. We do not do trials often. This will not be something that's available in September. I'm not trying to make it sound like do it now or never, but it kind of is, okay? I don't know the next time we're going to do trials. If you know me and the mastery, we don't do them, right? It is not an ongoing trial thing. So I want to make sure you all don't miss this immersive trial package, okay? All right, that's a wrap. I'll see you in the next update. Hey traders, Raghee from Simpler Trading. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like and a comment below. And remember, subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll get notified of the next update. And when you're ready to join me for live trading, be sure to head on over to simplertrading.com. I'll see you in the next update.